All right, guys, I'm going to do a public service announcement, or PSA as they call them, regarding Penal Code 602 here in California, which is the trespass law. I can't speak for other states, but I just watched a YouTube video of a um, First Amendment auditor out of Tulare County here in California, who's apparently, I guess he was sitting on a wall, or he may have been on the property of a business. But a couple cops come up and they go, "Well, you're trespassing. We need your ID to give you a trespass warning." And he says, "I wasn't trespassing." "Oh, yeah, you were. There's a sign right there that says no trespass." I'm going to tell you guys how it works. This public service announcement is for all law enforcement officers in California and anyone that doesn't understand how trespass law works. Because I've had a couple of cops that had eggs for brains and didn't know how it worked either. One from Hemet Police Department. I was standing on in a public area of the dirt. Over here was, I think it was the rail yard, Hemet. No trespassing on the fence. I'm outside the fence next to the sidewalk in a dirt area. And he goes, "Well, you're trespassing where you're standing." I said, "No, I'm not. That sign right there, no trespassing." Well, first of all, that's not how Penal Code 602 works. Second of all, it's not whoever's standing in front of that sign, it's who goes beyond that sign. That's how it works. Of course, the Hemet PD doesn't always hire the smartest individuals. Rialto Police Department, same thing. And he's a sergeant, Sergeant Smith. So I'm in a field. He starts making some insulting remarks like, "Yeah, strange people standing there recording you." And I made a comment back, and he goes, "Well, you're on private property, no trespassing. See the sign?" So he goes, "Well, the police department, we have this thing in Rialto, California, where we take control of business properties. So we're telling you we control this property. You're trespassing." So I walked up to the area I walked up to the public easement next to the road where normally there would be a sidewalk there. So I said, "Okay, I'm right here now." He goes, "Well, I could still arrest you right now based on your video because you were trespassing." No, that's not how trespass law works, Sarge. Maybe the Rialto PD needs to retrain their sergeants, or maybe they need to choose better, pick better. Why am I saying all this? Because of this right here. Just because somebody may be on a private business or a field, private business could be like a liquor store, a little shopping center, what have you. I'm not talking about homes or residences. I'm talking about businesses and private, where the public goes, but maybe uh, the owner of that particular piece of property may go, "Well, I don't want that person on this property." Well, just because there's a trespass sign doesn't mean you're trespassing. When it says no trespassing, okay, now you have to revert to Penal Code 602 to see if the person actually is trespassing. Just because I see no trespassing and I walk past the sign and stand there, maybe I have legitimate business there. Maybe I know the owner of that property. Perhaps I am the owner of that property. You see what I'm saying? There are things you have to ask first. You can't just go, "Well, there's a sign, you're trespassing." That's not how it works. Here's how it works, Sarge. Here's how it works, Hemet PD. Here's how it works, California law enforcement officers. Here's how Penal Code 602 works. Somebody's on a property. Even if there's a no trespassing sign, they're on the property. You say, "Are you supposed to be here?" "I guess I'm doing business." Well, the owner of the property doesn't want you there. Or the business owner has extended responsibilities of the police department, and we're saying we don't want you on that property. Okay, I walk off the property. I never trespassed. I happen to be there. Trespassing only occurs when you say, "I want you to leave." "No, I'm staying." Again, leave the property. No, I'm staying. Now you're trespassing. That's trespassing. Trespassing ain't just because someone happens to be on the property. You got to find out why they're there, what they're doing. Well, you don't have legitimate business here. Okay, the owner wants you to leave. No. Now it could be trespassing. You see, because I'm refusing to leave the property when asked, I decided to stay. But if I go, okay, I didn't know. Okay, cool. And I walk off the property, I never violated the trespassing law because I was asked to leave and I said, oh, okay, I got you. And I walked off because technically I could consider I have legitimate business. I'm doing a news story. I'm watching the police for accountability purposes. I'm doing what have you. In respect, I have legitimate business there. But if it's like a private business or it's not like a sidewalk or anything, or a courthouse or anything like that, because outside the courthouse we're also allowed to stand. That's tax paid public property. But private business property, if the owner says, I need you to leave, I need him to leave, walk off, boom. I didn't trespass. He asked me to leave and I left. That's how the trespass law works. So this crap about, well, you trespassed, you walked onto the property. So I didn't trespass. Nobody asked me to leave. Or when they asked me to leave, I'm up here on the sidewalk now. So I didn't trespass. I was asked to leave. I walked. Hello. Penal Code 602. You need to read it before you enforce it. And that's one of the things I want to get across to you law enforcement officers as well. Before you enforce a law, why don't you read the law? Oh, because you don't want to. Because I have a badge. Ooh, 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 ooh. Go to court and fight it with the judge. Well, that's what the Nazis said in East Germany. Well, you just have to speak to my colonel. Yeah, they didn't want to look up the laws either. They just took the Jews and put them on a train and shipped them off. But here in the United States of America, we have laws. And if the law enforcement officers can't read or understand the laws, then we have pretty much anarchy or tyranny. Because now you're enforcing laws that have not been broken. It strikes a chord with me because I was in the United States Army. I defended our freedoms for 15 years, and I didn't do it for nothing. That time means a lot to me. And so I'll end with this. It was just like when Deputy Mike Rose, who lives in Tennessee now, we ran that sucker out of California. How about that? But he tried to get me for jaywalking at the time before jaywalking was repealed, and I didn't jaywalk. And I said I didn't jaywalk according to the California Vehicle Code. Well, I say you did, so I need to cite you for jaywalking because I say you did. Well, you don't get to freaking say. The law's been written by our lawmakers. Our legislators put the law down. This is the jaywalking law. This is what it says. So, but cops don't care because cops don't want to read it. They don't want to research it. They just say, well, I say. Well, you're not a lawmaker. You're not a lawmaker. You're just out here to enforce the laws. But if you don't know the laws, what the hell are you doing enforcing them? You don't even know what the law says. I'm trying to get it into you law enforcement officers here in California that it's time to research, it's time to read, and it's time to educate yourselves. Stop this crap of, well, now you're interfering. No, I'm not. I'm not obstructing you nor delaying you. I'm 30 feet away. I'm standing over here. You're over there. Go back and do your job. Well, I have to watch you and watch him. No, you don't. Are you going to watch that car that just went by? Or are you going to watch this pedestrian walking by? No, you're watching me because I have a camera and you don't want to be recorded violating somebody's civil rights. See, I'm getting off on a tangent, but this is an important tangent that we need to understand. It's not just about Penal Code 602. It's about the fact that you law enforcement officers need to start looking these laws up. I can pull up a penal code or a California vehicle code in 2 minutes or less on my phone. That quick, I'm reading it. You have laptops in your car. 2 minutes. Oh, okay, that's what it says. Okay. Yeah, okay, I guess I misinterpreted. You're not breaking the law. You're good to go. Have a good night. There you go. But they don't want to do that because cops are lazy. I just fight it in court. Yeah, they said that in East Berlin too for 30 years.